Hello, good people. How's everyone doing? Trust that everyone is doing well, having a good weekend. I've been enjoying mine myself. Didn't pour me in didn't pour me in the water. Excuse me. Didn't pour in the water, so I'm just gonna drink from the bottle. Anyway, just wanted to jump on, share a few things. Right, don't have much to say. Talked to a few people today, a few people this week, and I was sitting in the room just now, and I was in my thoughts, so I figured I would jump on and share some things, right? So I'm not one to put up charts and what have you. Sometimes I put up my portfolios and show different things, but just wanted to come on and talk a little bit, right? Like what's going on in the markets, right? Both stock and crypto. It's been a very interesting week on this week. You know, some of my mentors on YouTube, I saw them making money, right? I made a little bit of money. I didn't do much this week. I didn't do much trading, right? I did do some investing. I'm always buying, right? So, I'm always saying, I believe the key to this, the key to this game of investing is consistency, right? You've got to be building your positions, or some of your positions, right? You got to be building on a regular basis, consistency, right? Trying to find good opportunities of when to buy in, buying the dips, right? Buying the pullbacks, buying the resets, buying in the crash, right? And so, had a conversation where, excuse me, why would I want to buy it when it's so beat down? Well, the name of the game is buy low, sell high, right? Warren Buffett has a saying. He says the stock market is a tool, a vehicle, an avenue that transfers wealth from the impatient, and it transfers it to those who are patient, right? And so, yes, is that all to it, just a saying? Is that all to it, just buy it when it's low? Well, no, not really. That's why you have to do your own research, right? You have to do your own research, and you have to, you can get on Google, you can get on YouTube, whatever it is you do, you can get on certain apps, right? I love Robinhood especially for research, right? Because there's some things that are just right there, easy to find, like your stats, right? Your 52-week high, your 52-week low. Is that all divine? No, but it's a help, right? So, if you can't identify what's the low of a stock and you can identify what's the high of a stock, you might be buying it at the tippy top, right? Yes, some things continually hit new highs, right? S&P for one, Nvidia, Palantir, and some companies, they just, because of what they do, what's hot now, it does that. But normally a stock rises up and down from its highs to its lows, right? And sometimes a higher high, sometimes a lower low, whatever the case may be. But you have to learn the different trends of a stock, of the stock market, of different seasons, knowing what's a good month, what's a bad month. And even though September is notoriously a bad month, a terrible month, the worst month of the year, this September wasn't too bad, hasn't been too bad, right? The last week was, hey, it's terrible, but hey, so things do change from time to time. Um, what is said, the market doesn't always. I probably need to Google it. Don't feel like Googling it, but they're saying the market is not all. It don't always do the same, but it always rhymes. So what does that mean? Yeah, you might want to Google it. That might be part of your research. You might want to Google that, see what that means, and see how that can help you going forward, right? But yeah, you want to be able to identify the highs and lows of different stocks that you're interested in, right? Say for example, Liberation Day. Some of my mentors on YouTube like it's called it Liberation from Your Money Day. Whatever the case may be, came out with the new tariffs and the market crash, right? But it created awesome buying opportunities because within 30 days, a lot of those stock, a lot of those companies, a lot of those ETFs had bounced back, right? The S&P had dropped nicely. QQQ had dropped nicely. Meta had dropped nicely. VOO had dropped nicely. BTI had dropped. App11 had dropped. United Health had dropped. A lot of things had dropped, right? If you know a company to be a good company and you see the stock drop, you can always go on your mobile app, your mobile phone, your mobile device, and see what's going on with the company. If the company has not changed its business model, if the company hasn't hit substantial turmoil to explain why it's dropped, then it just might be a market reset. Might just be a market pullback or something they have done within the economy, within the political world to cause the economy to temporary crash, right? If that's all it is, one of my mentors, I was in a conference in Hampton, VA, last weekend. I often say weekend for just last weekend. And so Larry Jones was on stage talking, and he had Keenan Grace with him. He had Stocks with Josh with him. So Larry was talking, and he said, "Josh, let me ask you a question." He said, "How many times has the markets, has the U.S. economy bounced back from crashes and recessions?" And Stocks with Josh said, "Every single time." Larry said, "You hear that, people? 100% of the time." Why did I just say that? I just told you when the market crashes, it's a buying opportunity. It's a buying opportunity for those who are on top of their finances, for those who have cash on hand. It's an opportunity. Why? Because we know that the market bounced back 100% of the time. Sometimes it's a few weeks, sometimes it's a month, sometimes it's longer, but it's going to bounce back. When it's longer, that's just a better buying opportunity. It's giving you a longer period of time to accumulate a better position so when it bounces back. Well, what kind of bounce back has it done? If you were to look at where App11 was Liberation Day and where it is right now, if you were to look at where Meta was during that downturn and where it has bounced back now, if you were to look at the QQQ where it was and where it is now, or where it was 30 days later, right? So I'm just sharing information. I'm just talking. I'm not a financial advisor, right? I can't tell you what to do. Everyone is the captain of their own portfolio. Everyone is their own CEO of their own portfolio. I just want you to be able to identify money-making opportunities. I hear folks say, it's life-changing money when there's a chance that a stock is going to run 30% up. You know, if you have some money in your portfolio, right, and you can shift some money around, then it's going to run up 30%, right? But if you only have a couple of $100 in your pocket in the bank that you want to drop into a position, well, it's going to run 30%. But the more money you have, the better that 30% looks, right? All right, I'm going to leave that alone. I really came on to talk a little bit about crypto, and I haven't even gotten to it 9 minutes in. I was supposed to be done in 10 minutes. So here we go. I believe, me personally, I don't know everything. I'm just telling you what I believe. I'm not pulling up a chart to back up what I'm saying, but you can go and research everything that I'm saying and figure it out for your own self, right? So what I'm saying, I just personally believe Bitcoin is due a parabolic move before this crypto summer is over with, right? And I believe Bitcoin by the middle of next month will probably be looking somewhere around 170-ish. Now, if you look at it right now, I think it's around 109. I don't believe it's going to do that. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. And I could be wrong. I'm just telling you what I believe, and I'm not telling you to go all in on Bitcoin because you know you need to be diversified in your crypto, you need to be diversified in your stock. But I'm just saying, you know, that's what I believe. So you know, if you want to make some money in Bitcoin, then you could put some money that you have available right in Bitcoin, and I believe it's going to run. Now, there's a potential that it may run from 170-ish to 200K by the end of this year. There's a saying, bears make money, bulls make money, hogs get slaughtered. I'm always talking about having a strong position and sell off in waves, right? So you can take some profit at 170. You can take some profit if it goes up to 200 or anywhere near it. It's all up to you. You are the captain of your own ship. But I expect Ethereum to run. We know it's run up right at 5,000, right? I expect it to run 1,000 above that. That's what I expect. The analysts are saying they expect it to go between 6 to 10K by the end of this year. People look and say, "Oh, that's not possible." Well, depends on how long you've been in this game and how long you've seen things run up and pull back. In 2020, I saw Bitcoin run up to 60K. I'm sorry, 68K. Pull back 20, 25, 31,000. Run back up to 60K. Pull back again. Run back up to 68K. That's what I seen it do. Is there a guarantee it's going to do it this time? Run up to 170-ish, 180, 190, pull back 30,000, run back up, do it 2 or 3 times? Don't know. The market don't always do the same, but it always rhymes. So there's a possibility that it may do that. What do I know? Do your own research, right? Figure out what you're comfortable with, what moves you're comfortable with making in your crypto, and go for it, right? These are the things that I am believing. These are the things that I am committed to because I've done my research and I've been in this game for a while, so I've learned some things. Can't sit here and break down why I believe these things and why I'm sharing these things. I'm challenging you to go do your own research to figure out why it's believable, right? Stocks with Joshua break it all down as to why he believed in what the charts support. Keenan Grace will break it all down as to what Stock Mode, Larry Jones, all these guys will break down all the fundamentals to help you understand these things. I'm just bringing the tips to you, and you go do your own research. So I could go on and on and on, but I'm finna go enjoy myself. Hopefully I've said something to pique your interest. You know, there are Bitcoin ETFs, there are Ethereum ETFs. If Bitcoin is going to run up to 170-ish, then you could bet your bottom dollar. Thinking about that, there was Alice with the red hair or whatever. Annie, Orphan Annie, and you could bet your bottom dollar. Anyway, I believe that, you know, if Bitcoin is going to run, then the Bitcoin ETFs are going to run, right? So if you're scared of the crypto, maybe you wouldn't buy the ETF stock. Ethereum is going to run. So if Ethereum runs, then I believe that the Ethereum ETFs are going to run. Do I have Ethereum ETFs? Do I have Ethereum? Do I have Bitcoin? Do I have Bitcoin ETFs? Sure I do. But that's based on my life knowledge level. That's based on my comfortability. That's what I believe. And that's what I'm making on. But anyway, good people, I'm going to get out of here. Hopefully you guys are having an awesome weekend, living your best life. We wish you nothing but the best of success in this financial game, in this financial journey. Continue to grow your financial knowledge, continue to grow your financial wealth, and be blessed continually, my friend.